Morning, Gerstminder. We're getting rocking and rolling here, and 6,000 people have already joined us, so it's great to see you, Niraj and Gerstminder.
Okay.
Looking forward to a good day today. We've got the best hour of the day will be the first hour. People all around the world, this is not the first hour for many people. I know a lot of you guys are up early.
Dr. Bill?
Yes.
Hello. Good morning. Dr. Shah, if you can message Dr. Shah, he's online. Yeah. Okay.
Have y'all let Dr. Shah in yet? So we don't want people to be raising their hands to speak. So if you will, just lower your hands down, because we will not be taking questions and answers during this session from the audience.
Hi, Dr. Bill. Sorry, I had to do some settings, so I could not reply you earlier. Sorry for that.
No problem. We can tell the people not to raise their hands, to
Yeah,
lower them.
This is not a question and answer session, so kindly request all the attendees, participants not to raise their hands.
Dr. Shah is having trouble getting in, so we need to make sure we figure that out for him.
I think he's there.
He's here, I think.
We have a good crowd building. There's Dr. Shah. Thank you, sir, for coming on.
Welcome, Dr. Shah.
Now, Ash will be here in a few minutes, he says, so we'll begin before he comes on. So, Gerstminder, it's all yours.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Bill and Dr. Shah and Neeraj. Welcome everybody to this exciting session. We are already 8,000 people over here on our Zoom, which is very exciting thing, and I think people are really loving this phenomenon of ONPASSIVE and Dr. Smith. I think we are going to have a great session. And Ash will be there shortly, as we all know. And momentum is building up as we all are here from, I think, last 3-4 years. We know each other. And today is a special session where I think we need to, we will be discussing about how our healthcare system and ONPASSIVE can come together, and we can be benefited from all of us. And definitely, this is an exciting time. And with our panel and Ash coming to it, we will, I think, will deliver some value to people who are watching us. And I welcome everybody. By the way, I'm Gurshminder Dhillon, and I'm speaking from Vancouver, Canada. And on our panel, we have Dr. Bill William. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. And then we have our own Dr. Kinnaur Shah, the famous Kinnaur Shah. He's with us from Palm Springs, California. And then we have Neeraj Dalvi. He's from India. So all to see you together, good faces, and definitely we are here because we are in ONPASSIVE basically, and Dr. Shah and Dr. Bill, they are from healthcare sector, and from last 3-4 years, I have seen technologies getting built through ONPASSIVE. Our CEO, Mr. Mufareh, he started this great company, we can say, and we are still not launched. We are still in manufacturing stage, we can say, and very soon we will be deploying our marketing campaign, I think, which will be disruptive in nature. Something refreshing is going to come, which I know, and I again welcome everyone to this exciting session. And I'll hand over mic to Dr. Bill. Dr. Bill, all is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Gurusminder, and good to see you, Dr. Shah and Niraj. Getting up early, staying up late, we thank you all for being part of this today. We are recording it already, I hope. Make sure we are recording. Yes. And what we're going to do is we have a short planned hour to spend with you today to make the best use of your time. And I'm going to give you an overview, and then we're going to talk.
Recording in progress.
We're going to give you an overview, and then we're going to talk with Dr. Shah and Mufareh. We're going to get some Q&A back and forth. It's going to be very enlightening. And so let's get on with it right away. Thank you, Gurusminder and Niraj. And I'm going to share the screen with you and go to my PowerPoint presentation right away. There we go. Now, this is a collaboration, and our focus is going to be primarily discussing the artificial intelligence aspects and the disruptive technology that ONPASSIVE is bringing to the world. Specifically, we want to kind of focus on the medical professions, the many medical avenues that we have available today. So that will be our primary focus. And as I say, Ash will be joining us with Dr. Shah, Gurusminder, Niraj, and you can certainly understand what we're doing if you have been here before, but there may be some people who've never been here before, and I want to give a brief overview of ONPASSIVE and the doctors group so that people understand where we're coming from. We have tools. We have AI-generated tools, and that's the key point here, is that everything you need for your business can be had in one source. And ONPASSIVE will be developing products beyond what you see. That's the key point today, is that this is not a done deal in terms of what we're going to produce long-term. We're producing things now that will be ready for the public to use in the coming weeks, but we're also having things that are going to be given month after month, year after year, to enhance the medical profession as well as all businesses. So we have suites developed in business and communication, education, marketing, in the creative areas that are needed by every business. And so by and large, every one of us uses products out there from various vendors. And you may have some that you use right now that you see on the screen. You may understand some of them, you may not. You may find that some of them are essential to your business. And so what we have recognized is that this diversity of groups of products has no central backbone, no coherence. They all have to be pieced together. And we have decided to come together with a total business solution that will cover everything under one umbrella. And we're going to talk about that umbrella today. This is not a new company. It's been in development for 4 years, starting based out of Orlando, Florida. Its technology is based in Hyderabad, India. And so this is our office in Hyderabad. What's impressive to us that don't live in the Middle East is the Burj Khalifa, and how how that has come to be a part of our company's, the icon. We have the top floor, 151 in the world's tallest building as our own office. This is what we own as the world's highest office. And so we have an iconic home for ONPASSIVE. We also have been doing massive marketing in Dubai, starting with March 30th. We introduced the ONPASSIVE name around the world. It was our branding marketing initiation in March of this year. So we're making inroads into major markets all around the world, through Dubai, through Hyderabad, through Orlando, through Singapore, where our offices are. And coming up in just a couple of weeks, we will be very visible at the FIFA World Cup as a major sponsor. So maybe Ash will talk about some of that coming up. And we're very proud to be one of the major sponsors. But the question is, and why you're here, is how can this AI-based business help my business, help my medical practice, help my career be advanced? So it's all about this. It's about making more intelligent decisions with your patients. It's about having smarter services delivered to them, having more intelligent products to use to help them, help your business, and actually more intelligent business operations to occur in your office. And I ran a multi-million-dollar business. I think we maxed out at $6 million over a period of 46 years. And when I found the secret to my success, it was in creating seamless operations. I could do the dentistry. I'm a dentist. I could do the dentistry simply and easily and produce in the top 0.5% of all doctors in the world by doing my dentistry. But if I didn't have the business operations behind me to back me up, I found that it was difficult and that things would fall apart. And so I taught dentists all over the world how to be more efficient and effective by honing their business operations, as well as some of the technical things that they should do, like the implants, the TMJ, the crown and bridge reconstructions, the surgeries and whatnot. But what I recognized is that you have to be successful. If you are to be successful, you have to have marketing that works. You have to have marketing that drives the new patients in. And so we have smarter services with this AI that's infused into our marketing systems. And so we can recognize your needs as a practice. We can recognize that the services can be personalized to the patient. And when we customize our marketing to find individuals who want what we have to sell, our brand of medicine, our specific niche, this is the secret to the marketing that we're going to be able to do with our AI infused marketing. And I mean, it goes down to the specific products even. All the products we have in the future that we'll buy in the future will have AI, but most of them don't have it right now. Now, even a thing as simple as a toothbrush has AI. Automobiles, of course, have it as they're self-driving already. The exercise equipment, the Peloton my son has, it has AI. We'll have conventional conversational chatbots that will use AI, that will do things that will amaze you. And we're going to talk about these chatbots and the use of AI for international commerce and the way we can do business in any country in the world. And finally, we'll talk about the email and even how that can be impacted with AR. So the processes themselves, we can automate everything. We can go into robotics. We can go into the clerical area, the managerial area, and create predictive responses. And when we do that, that's going to slim things down and save time and money. This automation of HR through AI is something that people don't have access to now, but they will when they're using our products. The AI will lead us to having 100% advantage over any other company. 100% of the products that ONPASSIVE puts together have AI as their backbone. So we're not going to bring something to market that doesn't have the benefits of AI. And if that's the case, then nobody else in the market has anything close to what we're doing right now. So we're 3 to 5 years ahead of all the other companies. And if you look at the list, we're doing targeted traffic, getting the quality leads, qualifying people before they're coming into our system, and it's going to make conversions be tremendously higher. So when you own your own data center, you have control. And so that's one of the things that people need to understand about the ONPASSIVE model of business, is that we take total control over our own future by owning every single part of our software, our development, our hosting. Everything goes from start to finish in our own systems. We're not relying on somebody else. So if we just look at the business suites that we'll have offering, you could have the accounting, the HR staffing, the hiring software, everything under one single suite. You'll have creative suites where you can host, capture your images, manipulate the images. You can go into communication suites. The chat bot's going to be advanced, and it's going to be, you've heard of Siri and Alexa. Well, you need to be Lisa. Sony is ours. And so you'll be introduced to her. OConnect is the big product, the one that's going to wow the most people. Communicate one-on-one, just like Zoom, one-to-many, but much better than Zoom. It's going to be automated, integrated, scalable, and unlimited. When we say unlimited, that means you'll be using OConnect around the world without limits on your pay plan. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars per month. It's going to be as many people as you want to put, up to thousands, hundreds of thousands, perhaps 1 million people on one call without extra cost. And so the unlimited factor is going to really rock the world. We'll have an AI whiteboard, for instance. We have sentiment analysis. We can see how people feel when we are on the screen with them. If we're in a classroom setting with them, we'll be able to see and know whether they're angry, whether they're frustrated, all by facial recognition software and AI telling us things about the people. And so it's going to help us in understanding. Here's a prediction that I have, that the majority of the web conferencing worldwide in 2023 will be on OConnect. So we will immediately, upon release, start taking over and having a major impact on just that one type of product, that category, web conferencing. And I think most of the people in our doctors group are instructors. Most of the doctors teach internationally and would like to have the ability to speak to people in other languages. But many people don't know but one language in our country, and people in Europe or Africa may know more than one language. But what we have with Academy, our learning education platform, is the ability to speak and use our language, but be heard in another language. Another text can show up under the screen, translating immediately what we're talking about. So we have multilingual in 108 languages, and we're going forward with one-to-one and one-to-many through Academy. And it'll be one of the best platforms for teaching for instructors, teachers, coaches, anybody who's doing one-on-one, anybody who's doing one-to-many. The payment systems are all built in, the marketing systems are built in, and you can search for your classes. If you're a student, you can find any kind of class you want and go straight to it, pay the instructor. Instructors can also give away courses for free, but you can monetize your instruction through Academy to where you have a automatic income center. And this is going to be a major benefit to all teachers and instructors of the world. So you can put your videos up, you can do them evergreen, you can do live. So it's very flexible. The marketing suite, I think, will be one of the most valuable parts that any of us will use, because we all want new patients. We all want the right kind of patients to show up at our door. And we can geo-track, we can do bulk email without spam cutting us off. We can do virtual protection of our data. A lot of the things that are in these packages, you pay thousands of dollars for in other places. So we're going to save you a lot of money, because everything's under one umbrella for one low fee. It's all bundled together or in separate pieces if you want. one sign-on, which is a very major thing. You don't have to sign into each of these types of programs. Once you sign in once, you can use them all through your portal. They're all integrated together. And so the artificial intelligence is working in each one of these. With all this in mind, there's one thing that kind of overlays our entire organization, the ONPASSIVE movement that's changing the world. And that is that we have a belief that we should and can make a difference in the whole world through the way we bless people, the way we focus on helping people get started, pulling them up. Maybe there's somebody that's a charity, a nonprofit, that you'd like to support. You can do that through OBLESS. Maybe there's an innovation startup that you want, an incubator, a group that's teaching a specific technique, a course that you want to start up. Well, you can use OBLESS to fund these projects and get donors to come in, investors to come in, if you wish, to help you start. And it costs nothing to use this program. It costs nothing from us on Passive. We don't take any money out. We don't take any fee out to let you fundraise for your organization. So that's one of the major differences we're making. But the biggest difference is that we're planning on having many people who are able to donate through OBLESS to help people that are in need, that want to start up something new to benefit humanity. So this is something that we point out every time, that the OBLESS is the culture of ONPASSIVE. It's the culture of what Dr. Shah is doing, that he wants to be the correction of the corruption. We want to be the correction of the corruption among the IT and businesses of the world that are online. We want to take away that's been where only the top people make all the money, and all the people that try to earn a living aren't successful online. So that's kind of the purpose of how ONPASSIVE got started. That's kind of the purpose of how Dr. Shah and his group got started, with trying to take the middleman out of the equation and get patients and doctors put together. So with that, I want to introduce Dr. Kinora Shah to you guys a little bit more in detail. We've been collaborating for 4 or 5 years, Dr. Shah and I, speaking together on his Podinar series, working together with the Dream Team, working together with the Top 100 Doctors group. And it's been a very good collaboration because we've met a lot of good people, including Mufareh, who's come along and spoken directly to the doctors group through a Podinar with Dr. Shah. And so even our Dr. Modi has been promoted as one of the top 100 doctors in the world. And many of the doctors in ONPASSIVE who happen to be members of ONPASSIVE are also in the top 100 doctors of the world now. So we're proud of them being part of our team, and we're glad to collaborate together. And with that, I want to turn this over for the next 5 minutes to Dr. Kinora Shah to discuss his involvement with training doctors all over the world. Kinora, go ahead and let me have you start talking, and I'll leave the slides up.
Thanks so much, Dr. Bill and Niraj and Grisminder for coming onto the podcast today. And it's interesting, Bill, that you had mentioned that it's only a 1% group of people in this world that are sort of administrating the other 99%, which is very good that we have technological solutions, because they are and have at their disposal massive resources and intellectual property and knowledge that a common person might not have. So it's very hard to take on the corruption, as you know, in the healthcare industry, where I'm heavily focused on. For the last 40 years, they have these profiteering interests have come in, insurance companies, marketing operations, management organizations, big pharma, government regulations, and medicine is about the patient-doctor relationship. All these other guys are secondary. And as doctors, we are obligated to preserve the patient-doctor relationship at any cost. It's very holy to us. And, we've been watching it for 40 years. We've, gradually permitted them to invite themselves in. Now the public doesn't trust us anymore. So when I first started the Global Summits Institute and the doctor-to-doctor movement with a handful of doctors, now it stretches over 124 countries. Our representation as to the top 100 doctors, which I will explain a little bit more. But this slide that you guys see is our crest. It involves medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, philosophy, optometry, and chiropractic. Yeah. The vast majority of healthcare industry number one. And if we eliminate the third parties out of the equation, there are trillions of dollars that are on the table for patients and doctors to strengthen the patient-doctor relationship, not to weaken it. So you guys all go to your doctors. They're supposed to be pillars of the community. They're supposed to look out for your interest. But if they're pressured and coerced, they're not doing really what they're supposed to do. So we want to get back to the doctor being the friend of the community, being the person that you trust, the person that you go see. The person is not that trying there to empty your pockets. And there are many factors involved, and it would be very scary for you for what I've seen in the last 17 years in the supply chain of medicine and healthcare across the world. It's very disconcerting, to say the least. Doc, can you switch the slide to the next one, and we can give them a little bit of an idea as to how this works. Our classes that we put out of top doctors, currently out of 124 countries and growing. Our aim is to reach the 200 country mark by 2026. When we issued the last class, there's only going to be 1,000 doctors total that are going to be part of this operation. These are educators, innovators, C-level executives, very well positioned in the supply chain globally. Your local rules are great to have, but now we are integrated in the global medical environment. We get our supplies from different countries. We all get information and knowledge from different leaders, new techniques, methods, concepts, and etc. So these guys have helped us reach millions of our healthcare providers to what we love the most, which is education. So when we're here with this equation of being able to take this technology, that now a medical provider has to go out and get 50 different parts for their software, for their management materials, for their voice over IP, for their email. And none of these things are communicating together, especially not based on AI. When you have a solution like that, it's very powerful. That eliminates the management responsibilities that doctors have. For example, these management groups that come in and say, hey, we'll manage the whole thing for you and your finances as well, and they rob you of your equity. It's important that we have solutions where doctors can easily become independent, free thinkers. It's very, very important. We must use our judgment to exercise autonomy. And this software concept, this AI methods that ONPASSIVE is using is of great interest to me and to many of my colleagues that are currently ONPASSIVE founders. So if we strategize and continue to grow and provide a one package solution for our colleagues to ONPASSIVE, where they can have all of these components combined and focus on the patient-doctor relationship, we are impenetrable as a profession. The problem that we have as doctors is that we're isolated. We think that we are doing the right thing, but slowly they're moving on and in, and we don't have the ability to fight back. A technology will make that possible for us, and we can turn the tide before it's too late. And you guys are going to see one or two things happen in the next 20 years. Either doctors are going to become factory-type workers for the big corporations, or they're going to be independent, and one doctor is more powerful than all of them combined to such a solution. So we will leverage that. Our next goal, I've been with ONPASSIVE for a couple of years now. We have explored many things, such as Academy, that we will also discuss at the Doctors World Gala. But now it's time to bring these doctors together from all over the world and put them in a room and strategize. Every one of these doctors that you see, that is the ones that have already confirmed in the first month of opening this registration, they have very large followings, very respected, esteemed clinicians, innovators, you name it, they're there. And at this event, we want to sit down and strategize on how we can get back to the principles of do no harm, the principles of increased healthcare. Whatever country you're sitting at, your country cannot be productive and good if your healthcare system is good. So first, the healthcare system has to be solved. And the only way we can do it is to eliminate the corruption, eliminate all these people that have no fraternity to healthcare, dancing and telling us what we need to be doing. We need to eliminate the influence of governments. We need to influence the insurance industry, which started likely in the back of a grocery store, and now they're dominating the healthcare industry. So there's a lot of ways you can achieve that with technology, and we intend to do so. That's our mission that we're going to continue to strive for. All the Unpassivian doctors and all the doctors in the Global Summits Institute, I invite you guys to kind of start researching more into the other parties' solutions and missions and visions. And we sincerely believe that we continue to connect our hands. We can make an impact unprecedented in human history. That's yet to be determined. We invite you guys to register with us and come and meet us at the Doctors World Gala. It's going to be a massive networking capability. If we convince the Unpassivians, a fraction of that crowd, with the influence that they have in the supply chain, there's going to be a cascading effect that's not going to be reversible. So please come if you can. It's off the island of, it's on the island of Sardinia. It's off Rome. You can probably fly into Rome and get to us. And we are going to have some very high profile surprise guests for those that are going to attend. Thus far, we have invited all of the members of the World Health Organization, the American Dental Association, American Medical Association, down the list it goes. So this is going to be a very, very big deal, Socrates type scenario. We want our beloved professions back, and we want technology to help us get there. And with your help and your participation, your support, I don't believe there is any kind of force in nature that can stop what is going to happen in the years to come. With that said, we'd like to get more details. I'm very excited to see there's more products that have been launched at ONPASSIVE that you might want to check out. But again, in simple terms for our viewers on the Global Summits Institute side, Ash took the concept of all of these different products, Facebook, YouTube, all these academy softwares, et cetera, email, and said to himself, okay, why can't we just dump these off the table and put a concept together that lets them all talk with each other? And that is a game changer if indeed we can get to a stage where all of these platforms are talking to each other through AI. And it's not very easily replicable, because you got your Facebook set in their ways, you got your YouTube sets in their ways, you got your email companies set in their ways, and that's what innovation is all about. Thank you for the short discussion. I yield back to Gurminder or Niraj. Thank you.
Absolutely, Dr. Shah, thank you very much, and Dr. Bill, thank you very much with all your presentation, and which was so soothing to hear that what we can do with technology. And ONPASSIVE, we all know that is building technologies for this entire humanity. First time AI will be working with heart, and people will love this concept of our CEO, Mr. Ash, how he's making the things. And when we talk with the heart, yes, definitely we are here from last 3 and 4 years, and we have seen this ONPASSIVE getting made from scratch. And we can today say that, yeah, we are on the verge of our launching, and soon we will be launching our products, different products to this entire community. And I see that Mr. Ash is also in the house. Mr. Ash, most welcome to this webinar. You are here. Please do come. And I hand over to Neeraj, if you want to say something before our CEO, Mr. Ash, comes here.
Definitely. Thank you, Gurminder. Thank you, Bill Williams. And thank you, Mr. Kinor Shah. That was a fantastic presentation. And definitely, I think I like healthcare is fantastic. But as you said, that maybe due to some people, they see it more at a, maybe some people are seeing that as a business, maybe due to certain persons that you said, the middleman and the pharma industry and other things. So maybe the real importance of healthcare is actually a bit uh, gone, like not exactly gone, but the real importance of healthcare industry maybe is reduced a bit. And I believe that with the technology, with the introduction of technology, and I'm sure the healthcare industry will be fantastic. Again, doctors will be communicating directly with the patients, and that will be amazing. So thank you very much. And I just wanted to ask Mr. Bill Williams, what is his favorite product in the on passive ecosystem that he feels that is this, okay, this product is going to impact the healthcare industry. Same question to Mr. Kinor also.
Obviously, the one that I'm in favor of is Academy, because I've been an instructor teacher for 30, 35 years. And I always remember traveling around the world with a box of slides that was as big as a trunk full of slides for my carousel projector, and having to lug that thing around hotels. And then I finally got to the point where I could put it on a laptop and use a slideshow from PowerPoint. But now I can do the same teaching all over the world. And with Academy, I can make it evergreen, where I don't even have to show up except to open and close the show. I can monetize it without leaving my home. So, that for instructors, for people who teach, that's amazing. It's going to be great for students who will be able to take classes at home too. And entire countries are going to be giving education through Academy. And we know that that's on the docket already, and it's huge for the future. Dr. Shah?
I would have to agree with you because I'm familiar with Academy, but I'm trying to put it into perspective. You're an educator, and other doctors that are not educators might not get much out of Academy, but I can't really pinpoint myself because OCapture, OMail, and all of these other products, they go hand in hand. So if I had to answer that question, I would simply say ONPASSIVE as a whole would be quite beneficial, because as doctors, we're innovative people. We like to create things like create. We like to have the opportunity to go out and create secondary projects for us. There's a lot of doctors that are accountants and lawyers and administrators. So we want to enable those guys as much. So probably the clear answer is what area of medicine you're positioned in the supply chain will give you a better a scenario of what products you should be looking at on passive.
Absolutely. Dr. Kinosha, our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, he's in the house, and welcome, Ash. Good morning to you as well, and all stages yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All mine. All right. Good morning. Hello, everyone. What a fantastic Sunday morning. So excited to see all of you intelligent people here. I'm gonna have to up my game, and I know you're here for a limited time. I'm not sure. I think we have another 20 minutes to go. You have a 1 hour timeline.
Yeah, we have 1 hour. We have our own time.
Not when I'm here. Exactly. All right. No, I'm fine. I didn't plan much, but Dr. Kinosha and Dr. Bill Williams, thank you for inviting me. I look forward to many, many, many years of collaboration and success and revolutionizing not only the health industry, but rather the well-being, the overall well-being of our humanity. I always think about the core purpose of what we're doing in ONPASSIVE. Everything goes around the empowerment and improvement of our lifestyle, including all the major pillars of our existence, whether it's health, social, spiritual, obviously the overall well-being. I love what Dr. Shah said about the overall. It's hard to pick the collectiveness and the integrity and the integration of ONPASSIVE That's just as a lump sum, as a whole. That's what makes us excited about the future of what we have to offer. Now, this day, believe it or not, the 18th of September, and this very session is going to be remembered.
All right. That's good.
I took a few minutes in the beginning because I literally had to stop listening and I had to type my document to unload the breakthrough, the eureka I just got this morning. So there is not one feature, rather a couple of new products. I had them in mind, but for some reason, finally, I got how we're going to do them and where. I cannot wait to get off this session. I'm going to be in touch with my tech leads and executives, and I'm going to brainstorm it with them. And if it's a good idea for me to disclose it publicly, I'll be happy to do that. Not going to take us a long time to do it, but either we will display that. That will be another revolutionary product, and some features added to OConnect and Ocademy will be added to that. Back to the health department. All right. So what I really think of ONPASSIVE, and again, it goes back to the same concept of what Dr. Shah said, that anything we do, first of all, just the technology aspect / financial aspect of ONPASSIVE, it automatically will improve our well-being. How? Affordable, and it will increase our affordability to a better lifestyle, more nutrition, more, if needed in the beginning, health insurance. We would have the ability to follow up and take care of our health. That is one thing. Lowering the stress, having the ability to have those gorgeous Hollywood smiles all across the globe. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. So in any department, I think ONPASSIVE would have a touch. The impact, the reflection of what we do is going to touch that. Now, going to the mechanics, also that is a problem, because ONPASSIVE is not just a talk. We're the solution. We're the muscles of all those dynamics. So what we are working on, because of our desire to improve that lifestyle and hopefully lifespan improvement, lower stress, and just do more, achieve more, things that matter, things that we enjoy to do, instead of being slave to outdated concepts and principles. Somebody just put them there a long time ago and we never questioned them, years and years and years ago. And I think it's time we have to just crumble them and trash them and have the new lifestyle through ONPASSIVE, because it's the only way I see moving forward in the future. And you always have to ignore, I'm sorry, and forgive my arrogancy, just assume, don't judge me, that the balance is in the bank, and I'm talking about the knowledge and the solutions. I'm backing this up because I'm talking publicly. I'm responsible. There's a law here and everywhere. I cannot be talking without basis to it. Know what I'm talking about? So because of what we already have in hands and been successfully tested, I know we're going to change the world, period. We will, not we might, we will. And I have some, obviously, plans along with the doctors and you know, our advocates here, our partners. Just the start. We're going to collaborate in Ocademy, obviously. I will make an announcement here for the first time, since we have a good crowd on a Sunday morning. I can't believe it. Thank you, everyone, for being here from every country, I believe. And because I have special friends here, we have. I'm gonna have to be careful with what I say, because okay. So the first thing I want to mention, Academy, not only for the academia per se. Okay, well, there are so many other professions and any interest, even hobbies or in entertainment, music, all of that. So Academy is rather in other parts. Good morning, Brother Michael Williams, AIM from Canada. Good to see you.
Morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Always looking good. I mean, I know it had to take you a while to fix that hairstyle, but you're ready always. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. What I believe is Academy is not just exclusive for the traditional schooling system of that. In fact, we're quite the opposite. We're anti that outdated, curriculum, or I would say, method of teaching. And now we are revolutionizing that, revamping that upside down. But now moving forward, because I said I want to respect your time here on a Sunday morning, my time. It's way morning in California. So we have a department. It's a blend of education and media. We call it EduMedia. Edu, EDU, media, which is O Media. That's a department. And there are well over 20 professors in it, more than 20 professors on it, full-time on passive, and some are by consultation in several countries. So we've been working on this behind the scene, but this is the first time I mentioned that. And the reason I mentioned this, not because I'm announcing the department, but one of their projects they worked on recently is they have established communications with 1,500 universities across the globe to prepare communications and have them endorse Academy, and perhaps the other way around. So we are overwhelmed by the work and responsibility to that. It's not going to be one school or two or 7 or 17, not even, I would imagine this will go on. There's another, negotiation happening and a proposal in one major country that Academy will be, they use tablets in every school. It will be enforced and by default on every tablet for all of those students and all grades. And we're talking about a population of over 110 million. So we are going to be a part, just as Academy, a part of manufacturing knowledge and education culturally in an innovative fashion for generations to come. That's one thing. Now moving on to what we do with other products to improve our health, well-being, and work with the doctors. And we're going to obviously utilize their expertise and passion to really focus and put back the perspective about doctors, as Dr. Shah touched upon as well. We want to kind of minimize the financial relationship and fear between patient, doctor, or health system, and so that there would be more trust, more bond, and a higher level of connectivity because the focus is not on the profitability and the monetary of that relationship. It would be rather on the accomplishment, because the doctors would be taken care of. Now, by all means, even doctors can work smarter. Okay, we have also those applications that will minimize the time, and they understand, doctors, they understand how much time is not really needed. It could have been eliminated if we have a different approach to and rather more effective tools, and cut the bureaucracy and the usual. I think we can get to the treatment and to having those results, rather than just the boring corrupted process, I would say. Because of that, okay, doctors would have that aspect of personal freedom. We all have a sense of doctors. Yeah, they do have financial security, probably not to the level of freedom, because they have to be physically, operating in order to gain. But at least with ONPASSIVE, they can still maintain that level, if not more, because there will be other avenues and expansion of their attractiveness. But at the same time, they will have that sense of personal freedom and free a little bit of their time because of the tools that Dr. Bill Williams touched upon, the automation and the technology that will offset the time consuming and the tech overload, if you wish. So that will be minimized and will eliminate them. So they will be working smarter. Okay, they are smart anyway, and I believe overall we will improve that. So we have also lots of AI, metaverse / virtual reality ambitions in different departments of ONPASSIVE and different products. But obviously, the health department is a major one where we can monetize that and avoid a lot of infectious diseases and be more accomplished. I didn't plan to reveal that, but I just got excited. I think the whole educational system is going to be revamped because of ONPASSIVE. We're excited about where we are, and make no mistake, that will follow as well in the same direction, in the same fashion, when we talk about the health department as well. I'm thrilled, and we just had last August, just a couple of weeks ago, we have a successful prototype in the health department. And we did a test, and it will get rid of every device of that nature. I'm not sure I'm going to say the name, but it's literally about saving lives. So we have succeeded. I'll give you example, and some other health professionals here will understand it, maybe, or have a clue. So typically, there are a couple of providers for that device. Philips is one of them, but their device, for example, works for, I think 5 to 15 sessions lifespan, and they would have to refill and charge and all of that. Big size, and cost about $750 on the average. Okay, we created something that will obviously cost nearly like 10% or so of that cost, and it can last time like lifetime, and the size is probably 10% or even 5% of that major device that they use. It can be sold by the billions. Every human being can use it, and that has been tested. and succeeded what we're doing now on the second edition of it to minimize the size and make it lighter, and obviously the effectiveness of lifespan without any noise, without any electricity dependency and all of that. So if I sound like I'm talking to you in codes, talk to my lawyers, because I'm not allowed to say much until things are documented 100%. But it's not too bad for a Sunday morning to expand your brain and let it exercise. And I told you a while ago, I'm going to exhaust your brain no matter when you chase me, day, morning, night, anytime. We're going to give you, our best. And if you feel that this is, above your head, or that's okay. With time, you're going to get it. You don't have to get the mechanics. But because we have some restrictions of what we can put out to the public right now, this being an open session, I just have to watch what we say. I just want to give you the sense we are going to change the world, period. We will change the world. It's not a chance. It's not a possibility. It's not maybe. It's not we will try. We decided to do it, and we are doing it. Well, I don't know if we want to go forward, but I would love to hear from our beloved leader, Mr. Michael Williams, AIM. Always good to hear you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ash. Just real quick, I certainly won't be long. Fantastic presentation this morning, Dr. Bill, Dr. Shah. We know that there's a lot of innovation that's happened within medicine, especially with technology. And so the merger of the two with artificial intelligence, we know, it's a win-win. So many businesses will be more effective, more efficient. Customers, their bottom line will be impacted by it in a positive way. I love the idea of getting rid of the fluff in the middle, so that patients can actually get exactly what they need, and that doctors' hands won't be tied. So again, ONPASSIVE has always said that we are the correction to the corruption, and so I love that I heard that this morning as well. So thank you so much for the presentation. Gurminder, Niraj, always great to see you guys. Thank you for being here. And our CEO, of course, we know that we're in this thing together and we're going to be changing lives all around the world. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike Williams, and thank you, Ash. And Dr. Shah, if you have any questions or whatever you want to ask to Ash, you can go ahead.
It was very, very exciting that Ash actually sees the vision of what doctors need, and that is reduce the business side of medicine and healthcare so they can spend more time with their patients. We are essentially not business oriented and professional schools. We get taken advantage of by financial interests all the time. Host of my colleagues have been bankrupted by them, but that's here nor there. Ash, this could be a very workable scenario. I hope that you have or find time to come to Italy to join us at the World Gala, where we're going to have a very, very high-profile meeting for leaders, not just in medicine, by the way, but in other industries. There's going to be sort of the head C-level type scenarios of colleagues there that would benefit from your presentation about ONPASSIVE. And you guys are doing an amazing job just following this for close to 3 years now. And our original discussions are starting to come fully to life, which is what persistence and determination will result in. And I commend you guys for that, and especially Ash for your vision. I think it's going to be a very, very successful one. So just to dish out a couple of questions, Gurminder, you've been around longer than me. What's your opinion about the succession of the products that are being rolled out and how it could affect our healthcare industry?
Yes, Dr. Shah, I've been here for quite some time, and as you know, this thing, and we have seen our transformation from small thing to a very big thing, because our vision of Mr. Ash was such a huge that we wanted to do these things, and we did that. and with the support of all the peoples and our staff and everyone. And once we said that, Ash always said that we are making everything from heart. So once the thing is coming from her, so endless possibilities there, and we really want to help this entire human population. And that's why Mr. Ash is coming up with the products which are, I think, affordable. First of all, the main thing is because in this entire world there is so much of poverty and so much of things that many people in third world countries, I can say, or whatever, any countries, they are deprived of all these things. So the idea behind these disruptive products is that, yes, it is affordable, and it is something new and refreshing, so that professionals who are coming to ONPASSIVE, or they are listening to us, or they in future they are coming to us, they can have those products, and even they can benefit in their businesses as well. So I'm quite excited with ONPASSIVE. My journey from last 4 years, I'm here, and very much excited and working with all the good people. Yeah.
Tell him they're also sexy.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
that's always good. Gurusminder, thank you. That was quite an answer. The reason I know ONPASSIVE has a big heart is because I'm looking from outside in. I see things like, oh, bless. It's not just about money. It's not just about, it's about a much bigger vision here, because I don't see these kind of products from the competitors. They're mostly like, how can we get to the thing that causes dopamine in people's head versus, hey, how can we change the society into something better using technology? So I commend you for that. Dr. Bill, why don't you give us a little bit of an idea of what OBLESS does?
What?
OBLESS.
OBLESS is kind of how I got plugged in, I think, to ONPASSIVE, was all the mission work that I've done over the years. I started sharing about how much of a blessing it is to give than it is to receive. And it inspired a lot of people to start thinking about a platform that Ash had already developed called OBLESS. And it was like, I can be a blessing to other people, and I don't even know it, but I can, because I can generate something that I have available and give to people. And so over the last 3 years, what's happened is the majority of ONPASSIVE members have stood up and said, I'm going to let this be the theme of my life, is to, once we have the income coming in from our business, I'm going to go back and give back to my community. And I'm going to emulate what I've seen others do. And so many times people want a leader to come up and say, here's what's possible. Ash has done that. He's showed us what's possible with giving, of being generous, of being present in the community, at home, or across the world. And so we have a cadre of people in Academy under the auspices of OBLESS, the product, who are looking to give back to the world. And that's the key, is we have projects and plans ongoing that will generate benefits to every person in the world who doesn't have right now. They're going to have in the future, because of Academy, because of OBLESS, because of OMail. All the products are going to go to support good projects to help the underprivileged, the poor, the needy.
So
also OBLESS, I just want to make sure everybody understand, okay? In addition to what Dr. Bill said, it's definitely our passion. We didn't put it there just to focus on that impact, but the reflection or the result, that impact of what we do, it goes back to us. I'm going to put it in medical terms, okay? Clinically proven, the reward and the fulfillment of giving is 10 times more and higher, more rewarding, more fulfilling. It's good for our well-being when you take. So when we give, we're going to live longer. We're going to be de-stressed. And when we focus on others' needs, and I don't want to say the word misery, but rather challenges, we totally forget our problems. So in a psychological way, it's healthy for us to be engaged and giving in our communities, even globally. But in any way, when we start giving, we're enabled, because everybody would love to do that. When we do that, it will improve our health, period. This is medically proven. It is clinically proven in our DNA.
So, you can only root out the evil by doing good. You can't put out a fire with fire. So sitting around and fighting the competition won't get anybody anywhere. Creating and innovating is what it takes. And it's been proven time and time again in history when new ideas have flourished. So that's a wonderful initiative. I'd like to be more involved with that.
Meeting is set up with the executives. I'm ready. I'm itching. I'm soaking. I want to go and see how we can do this. So
Ash,
today,
have you considered
September 18th, September 18th. When I get a chance, and if they okay it, I will be able to share what I just invented this morning.
So September
I'm sorry,
18th,
Dr. Shah.
That's the day before my birthday. That's lovely. So good news now for that.
We will announce it on your birthday then. On Chris Johnson's live.
Lovely. With OBLS coming out now, and you have all of these wonderful departments and divisions, have you ever thought creating custom packages that would actually cater to a certain industry? Like the engineers have different needs, the doctors have different needs. How is that shaping up?
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, so first, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Many more to come. And we obviously understand the need for custom white labeled products for many departments, whether health or governmental. Some organizations that they may not be interested in the business model of ONPASSIVE, or the structure, what we call it, the OBS, ONPASSIVE Business Solution. So respectfully, we will cater to that, but initially we're in almost like an anxiety to get those products out to the market, have fun with them, and let them get stabilized and cruise. But the next phase obviously will be seeing how we can even take it to the next level in a more, I would say, customizable, products and platforms and exclusive features, etc. We will continue making and manufacturing technology till we die.
Actually, you talked about innovation labs, and that fits right in with your continued focus on bringing new things to the public. Can you mention what innovation labs you have in mind that you're putting together?
In fact, we already have 2 are done and looking for even a bigger one. So one actually is for, one is literally for AI and futuristic technologies that we don't know it, so we can refer to it. So it's about searching and identifying some needs by gathering this data and see what products could be created and developed to overcome those, and fulfill those needs. The second one, we have about physical products, and in fact, the second one is in 2 countries. So it has already 2 different branches, because one is specifically for one direction, goes about one specific sector, and the other innovative lab is already happening also in another country, is about revolutionizing the chemical products that we have, replacing them by something rather, you know, I'm going to put it this way: the petroleum, or I would say fossil fuel based products, we're going to replace them with something rather more environmental friendly, with sustainable energy that will be healthy, cancer free, and no harm for the environment and for the human. That's another benefit for the you know, all health you know, overall accomplishment. So we have already physically 3 locations happening as we speak, but in the future, I believe in October 1st, we're going to have a 3rd one open, another different country. No wonder why these, you know, black eyes, okay, constantly there, not leaving me. Different time zones. We're obviously creating new ways, innovative ways of educating the new generations. So it's focused on the behavioral aspect of children, plus the new way of teaching them. We call it inter-education, by entertainment and education. So learn while you have fun. So we're having also another set of experts in psychology, social, in the social field, and academia to brainstorm and gather this information. So this would be open in the beginning of October, just to construct the and shape up the vision of multiple products in the I would say educational future products of ONPASSIVE, and obviously that will help the Academy, you know, more to become more efficient and based on the needs. So innovative labs, we have 3 more to come, and they're in different areas, not just one innovative lab that just touches everything. So they're more specialized in different areas.
Thanks, Ash. That's new information, confirms a lot that we've heard.
I believe so, yeah.
Great. So all my questions here are answered for this session. This has been the 3rd one we have had together, and quite very productive. With that, I kind of want to thank you guys for coming on and informing our colleagues about the solutions you may have for them. And I'll yield back to our wonderful host here, Gurminder, and to close out the session.
Absolutely, Dr. Shah, really a wonderful and informative session. And I think Neeraj was saying something to me. Neeraj, if before we go, if you have something for us, you can ask, or Michael, and then we will be closing this session. Yeah, go ahead.
Neeraj is having a great buzz. He's relaxed and he's taking it in. I love that.
I always had a question to, about the doctors. Now, since I'm getting this opportunity, I'm asking this question. Like we always studied in books that the doctors fall under the self-employed category, where they have to work, and that's where they actually when they work, they actually get income and all that. So with ONPASSIVE, I think we are moving on to the 3rd category, where we are becoming business owners. So how much, I know you talked about removing the middleman, definitely. But I just wanted to ask both the doctors here, how much important is it from definitely moving from the self-employed category to the next category, and where you actually become a business owner? How does it help the doctor? Because my personal opinion is that maybe doctors are more free to try out innovative things, but definitely that's my opinion. But just wanted to know from you, doctors.
Bill, you want to take a stab at it, or you want me to go?
Well, yeah, my main focus for many years has been teaching doctors how to have multiple sources of income, because you can't rely on your profession in case of disability because of regulation with governments. They could take your license away. Anything can happen that may not be plannable, and a multiple source or a secondary source of income is important. And one of the main reasons I got involved with ONPASSIVE was the residual income that comes from just being a member. It's an automated process that creates that income, and our professional guys who join with us, they don't have to do anything to receive that income. They can be totally passive, and that's the beauty of having two sets of income guaranteed. One of them you have to work for, and one you don't have to work for.
It's devastating for us. If something happens, for example, to my hands as a clinician, and I don't have a backup plan, then the way I know life ends. 50% of the equation in medical practice is your business acumen. And if you're constantly tied down with bureaucracy and nonsense, it changes your mood. When you're interacting with patients, you're not sitting there actually caring for that patient. You're worried about some letter you see from some agency. So you might want to not put all your eggs in one basket as a doctor. You need secondary sources, and you need to eliminate the burden of the administrative side. You do that, your life changes 100%. But the biggest problem is they don't have the business acumen, and with AI and with ONPASSIVE, they don't need to learn it. It's already established, so we can just focus on our patients and have the peace of mind that our practices are going to operate smoothly. So if that answers your question, Niraj.
Kinor, is it appropriate that our financial expert would say a word, Dr. Michael Williams? He's a financial wizard and has a real pulse of this question about what it means to a person to have an income secondary to their professional hands.
Sure. Mr. Williams, please elaborate a little bit more. Most doctors are, as Niraj had mentioned, sole proprietors. They're running small businesses, and the administrative burden is tremendous on them, and it takes a great toll on their financial decision-making process.
Absolutely. Over the years, I've had many clients, various professions, of course. And, one of the focus has always been, disability insurance, right? So, that only covers so much, right? And so the income that a lot of these doctors generate, is quite significant if they're good at what they do, right? And so, to actually replace that, it takes a lot, right? And so to have multiple sources of income, as Dr. Bill stated, is the way to go, and there are good opportunities out there, whether in the investment fields or just having a business that you can rely on. And that's what ONPASSIVE is. ONPASSIVE takes away the burden, takes away all the necessary activity that is needed to run a business, right? So you have something that is fully automated, and this is where the AI also comes in to assist with that. Right. So if a doctor can just be passionate about what they love to do in caring for their patients and not have to worry about the financial aspects of things, that says a lot. And that's what ONPASSIVE will provide for any profession. There's no doubt about that. And so, a lot of people actually do work that is just about the dollar. And as you said, Dr. Shah, you get a letter from an agency, you're not doing your best work. Right. And so, to be able to know that, the financial is taken care of. It is taken care of. And ONPASSIVE is going to do that for so many people worldwide, not just for the upper class, just everyone right across the border. Someone has a desire to change their financial future, they can count on ONPASSIVE regardless of what the income size is. I always say to people that when it comes to the financial side of things with ONPASSIVE, whatever your income desire is, regardless of the number, as long as it's realistic. If Dr. Bill says, well, I want to be a billionaire, that's something different. But just having something that is realistic, that is there, right, regardless of where you are, regardless of your background, regardless of your profession, ONPASSIVE will take care of that. And so that's a very comforting thing to know.
So you hit it right on you hit the nail on the head. disability sort of kind of keeps you alive by the string. But on passive, if you utilize the infrastructure properly, it can make you even prosper if you, for some reason, can't practice medicine. But it requires some effort also on the doctor's side to make that system work for them. Great answers. Thank you so much for putting in your 2 cents on the healthcare sector finances. And back to Grisminder we go.
Absolutely. And yeah, in the
Grisminder.
house, we have Marty Digamo, our brother from USA. He's also
I was
here.
just going to say, it's not a webinar. It doesn't count.
Yes.
It's not even, reported unless we hear from our beloved Mr. Marty DiGarmo.
Yes.
And to perfect it, we have to listen to a British accent from Red Redfern.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, so they are here. We have a good treat. It couldn't be any sweeter day. All right, hit it.
Yes. Welcome, Marty, if you are hearing us. And welcome, Red Redfern from United Kingdom. Yeah, welcome you, both of you.
I guess I'm going before Red. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I can always talk about ONPASSIVE. I do it every day. And yeah, for me, I worked around the world in the business I was in before I got online. Traveled the world, was everywhere, worked in Russia, worked in many different people. But for 18 years online, and I don't know how many years offline, but 20 maybe, since I was in my 20s, I always looked at a type of business where you could leverage your time a little bit because we have no guarantees on time. I mean, we all have the same amount of time, whether you're a king, a queen, or just me. And if you can find a way to get a better income or a better life, obviously you go for it. The problem I had was I went for it and realized that what I was looking for didn't exist. And I was looking for an even playing field where everybody has the same pitch, everybody has the same chance of succeeding, and it wasn't there. And it was very discouraging. In fact, the week that I ran into ONPASSIVE, I was going to quit doing any kind of work online because I could no longer look in people's face and say, I'm going to help you, follow me, and I'll show you how to get to the promised land. And I just couldn't do it. You might be able to help 5 people, 10 people, and then while you're trying to help them, things are falling apart. By the time you get everything set up, the company's gone. So what I was looking for actually was ONPASSIVE before it was even, I was looking for ONPASSIVE when Ash was 17 years old. I don't think he was ready to build it yet. And it came along at a perfect time. I used to believe, I know that there's nothing out there that will give people the same chance. From doctors like you guys, to people that do well in life probably, to people that struggle every day. And it's an equal playing field. ONPASSIVE doesn't care the color of your skin. It doesn't care your religion. It doesn't care if you're big boned like me. It doesn't care anything. And I believe when people see it like I saw it, and when I saw it, just like Michael said, first it's something to make money, and that is so far gone now because I think that's a byproduct of ONPASSIVE. I love the idea. I didn't love it at first. At first, I thought it was crazy. Mr. Mufareh never mentioned money. It was always value. I said, man, what can I buy with value? Well, if you look at the ingredients of ONPASSIVE, it's just like a cake mix. The difference is the ingredients of ONPASSIVE is money. It is. And I think that's going to be the shock to the world, especially people that are sitting in these conference rooms that based everything on capitalism, when they realize that talent, value, and ethical is going to win. Now they can play repair, but I don't think repair is good enough. I think you have to rebuild, and ONPASSIVE isn't going to wait for that. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. That's why I talk so much about it, because I want people to at least see what I see. If that's only 1%, good, because I'm not sure my heart can handle 100 anyway. But if they can see what I see, they're in, and they don't have to like it, but everybody's in ONPASSIVE. They just don't know it yet, and it will change lives. It's a key to unlock things that they can only dream of. And I just got on here and I had no idea what was going on, but that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Dr. Shah,
Thank you.
if you wonder like why we have so many brothers and we are a big family, we're just a big family. We're Catholics, so we have so many boys and girls here.
I
So
am
Marty
very
DeGarmo,
familiar with several of them. These are some
Yeah.
of the leaders of different countries, so we are very honored to have you with us.
yeah, so value is a magnet for wealth and prosperity. I believe there is, and you all know, obviously the evidence is there is an enormous amount of money out there, sadly, in the wrong place. What we did is we're creating and empowering, strengthening that magnet, which is our value, to magnetize this wealth and value in a proper way, more ethical and more fair. That's what we're doing. So it's an automatic result for what we do. So yeah, money is a part of what we do, but if we focus on that, then we have the same mentality, the same structure of the usual. All right, just go after the money, and you don't care about the result or the the clients or the market. And that is corruption. That's the definition of corruption. We're doing exactly the opposite. We reversed engineered, okay? We said it doesn't matter how much it costs, doesn't matter what it takes, what we have to sacrifice, what we have to give, we're gonna make it. Obviously, when you make that, value and love will follow. So we're doing it from the heart for the first time.
Amazing. Amazing stuff. Very exciting. I hope to see you continue progress at the lightning speed that you have. Sometimes, you know, over some coffee, maybe you can explain to me how you keep all these things straight between the printing innovation and all of these different products. That would be nice to explore a little bit, your mind, how it works. But we'll get to that soon again. I can't see the back end. Is there anyone else that will address the audience?
Red from the UK.
Yeah, Neeraj, is Red here?
Oh, I met Red before. Hey, Red, how are you?
Yeah, how you doing, Dr. Shaw? Good to be here. And Ash, thanks for dragging me on, and all my fellow leaders. Do you know something? It's been a really fresh, informative session. I've been listening in right from the start, and it's nice to have a environment where business type of mentality is in a meeting. You know, normally webinars are across the board and everything, but this has got a bit of more of a business feel, and it's really informative for me. You know, I've been self-employed now since 1990 when I left the army, and I know firsthand the pitfalls of being self-employed. Many people look at you and they vision this fantastic life that you have, and they have zero idea what goes on in the background to get to where you are. Ash knows this firsthand, because most of the stuff that he does is in the background. You might look like a duck, but underneath that water you're pedaling and like absolutely holy hell just to stay afloat and level. This is what being self-employed, this is what building a business is all about. Now, you guys, Dr. Bill said this as well, about people looking for other areas to be able to make money. That doesn't mean to say that you are taking away from your existing business, but what you are doing more than anything else is you are securing your business by finding other areas that you can utilize for your business to make it a much more secure environment. ONPASSIVE fits that bill for so many businesses, not just the field of medication and medical world, but every single person who has their own business, whether it be self-employed or large corporate. ONPASSIVE has something for everyone. You mentioned about whitelisting as well. That is all going to be there as well for companies to be able to use the block of the products that are going to be available, and it will be bespoke for these companies. So it is an absolute win-win. When Ash says everybody, wherever they are in the internet world or business world, will have a reason to come to ONPASSIVE, that is no lie. Every single person who is in business or individual will have a reason to come to us. It's just inevitable. It's a matter of time because we tick everyone's box. Simple as that. You know what business is. Business is all about making the bottom line. Anything you can shave off that bottom line is a benefit to your business. If you can get existing what you are doing now somewhere else that's going to give you better value at a cheaper price, it's going to be a no-brainer for every single business person out there. This is why they'll come to us, because we are giving that value at a lower rate, plain and simple. I've loved this session, guys. It really has been very informative. I'm going to tell everybody to come and listen to the recording at least and turn up for the next session. I think every founder should plug into this because it's been very, very informative. Congratulations.
Thank you, Red. You know, one of the things that people need to understand is that a lot of people want to be free. They don't want to work for the man. They don't want to work for another person or another company. And it's hard to wean yourself off the tit of that supply of patients coming in, that supply of business dollars coming in when you work for somebody else, particularly if you find that the industry you're in is too hard to run a business by yourself because you don't have the infrastructure. Well, ONPASSIVE is meant to change that, to give independence back to the people who want to have independence. And so we first will establish financial independence where you'll have enough income to do it your way instead of their way. And that's going to be a major impact for people, is to set up their medical practice the way they envisioned it as a youngster and not have to succumb to the wishes of insurance, dictation of governmental regulation sometimes. So we're all positive about ONPASSIVE for one reason, is it supports our core values.
If I can just take 1 more minute, just something just triggered with Red speaking and a bit of what Neeraj said earlier. You know, the thing with being self-employed is that, you know, yeah, you can't get laid off, right? Because you're self-employed, but we're still relying on the clock. We're still relying on a 24-hour window, right? There's only so much, you know, an individual can do as well. But as Neeraj was alluding to, when you transition into being an actual business owner, it makes a big difference. You can have others running the business for you. You don't have to be there yourself. So now you can factor in the leveraging aspect. And I think that's another way that ONPASSIVE taps into all of that and can help all of us, right? Again, regardless of profession. So you certainly want to have a business whereby if you're sleeping, you're still making money. If you're with your family, you're still making money, you know, as opposed to the only time you're making money is when you are physically there putting in the time. So that's also very, very important, especially for people looking for, you know, not just financial freedom, but they're also looking for time freedom. And that's something that really caught my attention as to why I jumped in, was the time freedom aspect of things. You know, I love spending time with my family, you know, and so ONPASSIVE will certainly allow people, you know, to get their time back, okay? Get their time back to do things on their terms.
Dr. Shah, you know, you met Julie Nguyen.
Yeah, Julia toured my practice, and
She has a good point. She said also all that saving that you would be able to save and keep from all, the technologies, the products, and the overload and the time and all of that. That's another gain value that you keep as doctors, that previously used to be a waste. That's a good point.
You'd be surprised how much waste there is in the medical plans, practice, and finances, merely by the fact that doctors have to utilize the business environment they adapt to after professional schools just to experiment.
That's just a saving aspect that everybody's talking about, save cheaper, all that. Red, Marty, all of them, they talk about, lower value or cost. But add to it by using the product, there's also a monetary way where you could benefit. You're going to get richer, obviously, with ONPASSIVE.
Yes, please help doctors and the doctors community so the doctors community can help patients, and that's what ONPASSIVE can achieve. That's how you will impact the whole entire healthcare industry, by enabling doctors to provide better and more access to care. That's how you do it. They don't have to do the paperwork, they can see more patients and get better quality care, right? So it is us that increase access to care, not the financial interests.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Ash, if we have time, we can carry on. No worries, because this is a Sunday and
you Indians never stop. Come on, let's take a break. It's Sunday morning. All right, that's enough. No, I'm kidding. I'm happy to address anything, Gusminder. I think we've covered it. I mean, for now. I mean, it's never enough to talk about ONPASSIVE. But maybe a good point I want to address to the doctors. ONPASSIVE has been invited to the Gala that is taking place next June, 2023. And we haven't seen the details yet, but from the sound, just the tone, we like the idea. First of all, because it's in Italy, we expect good food, all right? And secondly, obviously, it's going to be a great event. So we do have the interest and the desire to be a part of that. We're just going to learn about it and see how we can coordinate, and maybe we'll be a part of that good event, and hope to see more of you there. But we will absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's a possibility. Yes.
Yeah.
Time is flying.
I've got my reservation, my RSVP in for Italy in Sardinia already, and I'm thinking the Amalfi Coast is very close. Got to go there. It's going to be a grand trip to Italy in the summer of 2023.
Isolated island, lots of flamingos everywhere. You got
I need the address, because what I'm going to do, Google it and see what restaurants pops next to it.
Definitely. Sardinia is very, it's going to be an exclusive 3-day where we're going to interact very closely with our colleagues, these doctors, and there's going to be a grand expo there. And if ONPASSIVE decides to join us, there'll be a lot of closer meetings and booth discussions and so on. And obviously, Bill is going to be there, and hope that ONPASSIVE tags on so we can continue the passing.
Red, have you been there? Red, have you been there? You or
yeah, I've been to Sardinia. Yeah, and Sicily and Naples, Rome, all around there. Really nice.
What do you rank the food?
The food's actually some of the best. Sicilians are famous for their sauces. Actually, they love the old sauces in Sardinia. So it's and fried fishes as well, because right on the in the island there.
Yeah,
well.
right.
So, yeah.
They gave us at the dinner. I went this year to kind of experience the entire process of going there and coming out from the U.S. And fish was what they served actually at the gala, their gala dinner at the time. Yeah. Local fish that they actually prepare for you. Was very exciting. But I don't think you'll be disappointed with the food, and I think you're going to be very impressed with the high-profile leaders that are going to be there, the concert, the red carpet event, the congress that's going on simultaneously with the Italian Dental Association, which is a national association, as well as all of the other surprise activities that you will learn about when you get there.
You sold me. I mean, from the sound, yeah, absolutely,
Hope that
yes.
you come, Mash. And
Anyone
Guzman
feels
and
this
everyone
was
else.
the fastest year of our life, like 2022? Like it was a blink. Oh, where did it go? Wow. So
Absolutely.
before you know it, the next blink is going to be June.
We're going to cap this one off with the World Cup all during November, December.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Your World Cup story I heard about is quite impressive. I think that's the, music and sports bring us together. There's something about it
True.
that brings us together, right?
Food,
So you go into the biggest
food,
sports
music,
event in
money.
the world. Money,
Yeah, of course.
but money causes a lot of problems too. But you go into the world's biggest
But we all want it.
sports event. That's quite impressive.
It's a beautiful journey, and the best yet to come.
All right.
Most people don't understand that. I think I'm going to tease Mr. Mari DeGarmo because I think he also got it wrong. Okay, and don't shoot me. Listen up. We have talked about other companies' evolution and how long they've taken to become a super unicorn or unicorn company, or let's say to get to the billionaire club. And we talk about ONPASSIVE, how it's starting, not from a garage or, a little workshop or in the street or a hot dog cart in Manhattan. No, it's actually starting from Burj Khalifa. Now, what most people think this is how we're starting, and that's probably the biggest. And we have a philosophy of stacking the cool, or also, start with the top and you go to the next stop. This is on Mount Everest, parameter. This is base camp, Burj Khalifa. We are not taking this decision or this strategy randomly. We decided to start there and from there take off. So it's not like the next event or soccer, the World Cup in Qatar. That's just the beginning. That's just a warm up. What will follow has to be higher. Otherwise, we're just like dropping. No, this is how most companies do. They make a good show, they get a good buzz, a good surge in the beginning, but they start dying out. That's one of my nightmares, is the die out and the fading and the oversaturation conflict I have. I just have a trauma from it. Okay, so I made sure that wherever we start, that's just the base, that's the ground, and from there you just keep up with the new tops. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say, this is just the appetizer. It's about to get crazier. All right, no joke.
When are we getting the dessert?
Oh, it's obviously before we check out. Yeah, it's going to be a life journey. I'm going to exhaust you.
All right, good. I look forward to it.
It's healthy. No joke. Okay. Will be also this year, probably before the World Cup. Okay. Something even bigger. So we put that, obviously, the next announcement has to be bigger. And the following one bigger and bigger and bigger. ONPASSIVE is going to dominate the world economy in every aspect.
That's astronomical, Ash.
Of course.
Quite a feat that you want to achieve, and nothing is impossible in this world, as you know.
We wouldn't say it if it was not done. It's done. It's a done deal.
Done deal.
Yeah.
Lovely. Wow. Very exhilarating meeting today, guys. I think
more Gersminder.
Sorry, yeah, we want something more, Ash, from you. Absolutely.
All right.
Love to hear you, and definitely the meeting is getting really excited, and I think we have time, our own time. We can go it if we all agree, and we want
Absolutely.
to hear something more from you.
All right.
Yeah.
No problem. So, Gusminda, let's do this. If any other leader want to talk, like last one or two, we would love to hear more if they are available from anywhere. That's one. And for me, I'll be happy to address one more topic because I cannot wait to go and discuss this new Eureka with my team.
Absolutely, you can go ahead, Ash, and then we will bring it. Whoever want to ask something or say something. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you got okay. Anyone else want to talk before I go? And I'm allowing one more topic from you, from anyone else want to suggest the doctors.
Yeah, I think Julie
so we
is
can
here.
we
Julie,
can over deliver. Yes, Julie, come on in.
Julie is here. I think Julie, if you can come on.
Thank you so much, Gusminder. How good you guys? You are incredibly racist. We don't have a female. We have to listen from a lady. Anyone?
Yeah, she's there. Julie, please welcome. Welcome.
Did she want to speak? Because it's probably she's on the road.
I know this. See, this is the difference with women and men. So Red just jumped up out of bed. Okay, I'm ready to go. Okay, so
they say behind all strong men there's a woman. So
absolutely, but it takes them a little longer to get ready. Right?
We're disposable.
Julie, are you putting on your makeup now?
Let her take her time. You guys are amazing. All right, so anyone else there?
No
problem. Maybe another. Yeah.
In the meantime,
Maybe.
I think you can take the mic. No problem. If Julie is getting ready, I think.
No, if you have another topic, I'm okay with everything. I guess we covered at least a good part today, but I see some hands. Okay, maybe they wish to talk.
He's asking Gusminder if someone has a topic that they would like him to speak on. That's what he's asking.
Yeah, got it, sir. So Neeraj, if you are you want to say something, or Dr. Shah or Dr. Bill, otherwise we'll bring someone in, and from the attendees, if anybody wants to say something. Neeraj?
Ash, I just wanted to ask you this question, and this was a long time I wanted to ask this. And this is medical related, biology related, so even the doctors can understand this. So way back in 2018, when you made those two videos, like the brain is divided into two parts. One is the one section actually is about more about feelings, and the second is about the analysis, like we are going to do this and all that. So your videos was mostly concentrating on the feelings part, which has a direct impact on the persons who are watching that. So was it something that you studied and you did, because or is it something that you would like to tell us?
A good point. I appreciate that, Neeraj, as usual. Yeah, actually, it's based on some experience, and education. I had to mute Mari. So it is obviously I believe it's constructive. It was based on my understanding to the need of the listener, the viewer, the consumer in general, and the psychology, the expectations, their ability, the perspective, and of course how to convey and touch up on those emotions, as you said. So it's a nice mix of both real life experience, and practices along with some books and knowledge and following.
I had a specific question.
They
Ash.
worked, right? Obviously.
They worked. Because you directly attracted the main part of human brain,
Yeah.
which is the feelings, rather than the numbers like analytics and language and all that is secondary part. So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
first you want to break the pattern. This is how you do it. Sometimes it sounds like I might want to cut somebody off, but I break the pattern. Like it just happened at least several times this very session. I'm sharing this with you as some, of my experience. Like now, everybody wanted to beat Julie. Okay, I kind of dodged. I went to a different direction. So because that's brutal. Okay, and it's passion. It's out of love to protect my sister. The second part is you always want to break the pattern and grab attention like something insane and like a punch in the face and get attention and prepare them for something unique without telling the mechanics, the roadmap to it. Once you get attention, now anybody is watching the second one is interested. So you already got their attention. Now it's up to you how convincing your solution. And also I understand that people are not, I would say, naive as most presenters or traditional sales or car salesmen, as we all know, they have that loud pitch and all of it. They treat the recipient or the customer rather as an idiot or as a product, or just going to tell them just because they're talking loud or fast or whatever nice rhythm, they think they're leading. Everybody talks, but few connects. Talk is easy. So I wasn't focused, and I will not focus on just throwing a nice fancy presentation, because if I wanted to do that, as they mostly do, it would have been outdoors with a couple of toys, Lambo and, jet and some models and all of that. But that's not realistic. You want to connect with real people. I'm talking with my voice and a simple PowerPoint. I didn't even have a designer, which is I could. So I wanted to make it believable, realistic, and raw from the heart, and don't treat the customer or the viewer as stupid. They might be some of the most intelligent people listen to you and connect from that. So this is my perception. I believe everybody understands, no matter what their level of education or expertise, they know if you're real or not. So focus on the truth, and that will speak out.
We've definitely improved the audience. Look here, who's arrived.
Yes.
And I have to say something. It's not a compliment. Julie, you look better than all of us. Thank you for coming out.
Okay, so we have Pooja Rao here. She wants to ask some question. Okay, Pooja, you can come in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, actually, I really don't have any questions, but I have a compliment to accomplish, sir. Because as we are going day by day...
Are you listening, Julie? She's going to compliment you.
Sir, I have to really thank you for what you're doing, sir, because I know it is tremendously very difficult. Technology as well as bringing up humanity together. So it is something you also explained, like yesterday also I was saying on this topic, like we as a human being, we have 3 questions always in our life: how, why, and when. So the people who started joining ONPASSIVE always had a questions in their mind, why, especially me, especially when it comes to me. So this why question was answered when I started my journey with ONPASSIVE. But simultaneously, when I was traveling, I got connected with so many people around the globe. Then I started getting my answers on how ONPASSIVE will benefit us. And sir, the recent webinars, the last webinar and today's information, what you have shared towards humanity, that is really, sir, is now bringing us close to our questions in our life. So definitely, sir, like all the three questions has given us lots of experience in our life. So I have a compliment to whatever you're doing on behalf of all the founders of ONPASSIVE, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. But Pooja and Neeraj, just to let you know, all of that theory is nice, but the bottom line, we actually had a real practical solution. That's what would speak louder than any talk. I want to confess to you, before I put those two audio type, videos, if you wish, I don't know, audio video, because I wasn't on the camera, just some pictures, I guess, it's PowerPoint and screen sharing, recording. And at the same time, I already had other directions with a video maker, Canadian, go figure, okay? And we've done business before, so I was almost about to make that mistake and have it done professionally, which is not raw. But I wanted, because what we have is real, I need to be the delivery person, not voiceover and copyright. So a whole team, we could do that, and it will impress you. It will be entertaining to watch it, rather than might challenge you to follow me on the logic of it in the beginning. But I chose the truth and the real solution over an impressive show, and it worked.
Yes, sir. And we always have seen you, like you have proved that action speaks louder than voice, sir.
Indeed. She's talking to you, Julie.
Yeah, Julie, comment.
Yes, Julie ma'am has supported a lot. Like she has groomed me to a level where I can never forget. So always a heart for her, so from my side.
Julie, you don't have to say much. Just say good morning, everybody here. Just we want to make sure we hear from our women, and that's it. And thank you for being up like at this odd time, but it's always good to hear you. And
Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much, brother. Are you kidding me? ONPASSIVE is 24 hours, and and that's exactly what we are doing. Hello, all brothers and sisters, and especially respect to all the doctors that are in the house. I appreciate you guys having this, because while I was listening to it, and Dr. Shah, if you remember, we mentioned about this before when I went and visit you. The questions that I asked Dr. Shah is that how many bills the doctors that owns their own practice have to pay every month? How many of those bills they have to sign out every month? And the solution for it is that every single bills, every single services and tools that you're currently using right now for your own practice, you can find them in ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE is creating a total business solutions for your business. Dr. Shah, I've been following you, and I know that you are doing so many interventions and educations and all that. Imagine all the doctors here, if you have that time, if you have that fun that you have been making to focus on educating other people, focusing on interventions and focusing on your passion, when you use all the products and the tools of ONPASSIVE, you will save time, you will save money, and you will focus on just your passion of healing, of treating, of educating people. Imagine that. Continue to invent the tools that help with your business. You don't have to worry about the money anymore, because ONPASSIVE, not only that, saving you that money, but also giving you the capability and the ability to have that funding to fund your project. I have to say, I appreciate my brother Ash Mufareh here, what he is doing, and many, many, many great men, he said, hundreds of soldiers behind the scene working tirelessly to create this entire ecosystem for all of us. Doctors, you are doing an amazing job. Continue what you're doing. Focus on your passion, because you have ONPASSIVE will help you. It's giving you the total business solutions. And that's something that I'm so passionate about when I go and I talk to business owners, doctors, and everyone who has amazing passion behind what they're doing. So Dr. Kiana Shah, kudos to what you're doing.
Thanks. I can only appreciate the help and support that you have gotten. And it's a big collaboration between doctors. Dr. Bill Williams is also on our dream team and has been there from the beginning. He's actually a very dangerous man because he knows all the secrets from both sides. But we are very appreciative of him.
It's a perfect marriage. It's a perfect marriage.
And we are very appreciative of you guys, and thank you for coming out. That was very it left a great impact on me that you actually came out to my practice and had discussions with me, and with some of those ideas that have come about since are just continuing to flourish, and the rooms are getting bigger and bigger, Julie.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Dr. Shah. Thank you, Julie. And we have Kaushik Pandey from India as well. He's a very hardworking guy behind the scene. He manages all our webinars. He's like a Marty Digamo of India, and very cool looking, very cool headed guy. So thank you, Kaushik, whatever you do for all of us. And if you want to speak, Kaushik, a few words, and then we will have Ash for us. Yeah. Welcome, Kaushik.
Thank you, Dylan sir. And I just want to say a big thank you to our CEO, Mr. S. We love you, sir. Thank you for everything you do, and we love you from all the bottom of our heart, from all the founders. India loves you especially, and all our founder family. Whatever you are doing for the founder community, our founder family, it's really unremarkable. And thank you for everything, Dr. Kinnor Shah and Dr. Bill Williams. It was a wonderful session, I would say. And thank you for your valuable time. And thank you once again for connecting all of us.
Thank you, Kaushik. And yes, Ash, all is yours. And we just want to hear something refreshing from you as usual.
What a big family.
Yeah.
You see, Marty Digamo has a twin in India. He has another version. Come on, not enough one in New Jersey. We have one in India now.
It's refreshing to see so many of you leaders show up for this session. So thank you for being here and impacting us so well. And all the doctors around the world who are listening. These are the leaders of ONPASSIVE, many of them major players, and you'll be knowing their names and you'll be hearing from them in the future. So keep your eyes out for each of these individuals.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And thank you, Pooja and Kaushik also, and Julie for your input. Always good to hear you. We have a big family, I'm telling you.
What impressive.
Now, who's going to cook for all of us?
The Italians.
Ah, good one.
That is here. That is from UK is here, for all of
Good
us.
one. Indeed. All right, I think we're done for today.
Yeah, we are done for you. We just want to hear from you.
More?
Yeah.
It's never enough, huh?
Never
We
enough.
like you, Ash. They're asking you to close it. What's the final message?
We love to listen you, sir.
Pay them. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the last message is I really believe that we are on a mission and it is working. We decided a while ago we're going to do something. It was good enough as a seed for a long term strategy, but your support and endorsement and your following desire gave us the power, the motive to go all the way at once. And along the way, you also inspired us to do more. And we continue that every day. We are adding value, piling value. We continue to do that. We can never lose with what we're doing. Everybody's a winner. You come to ONPASSIVE, you're absolutely going to be successful one way or another. Just the knowledge alone is inspiring, and you cannot beat that. I do have final word. I knew I'm going to change the world a while ago, or I have something to do that, but now I had the evidences that it is gone above my individual personal capacity. So I knew some higher power is leading me and is making it happen. I'm just the messenger. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't really matter. Just an opinion. I'm telling you what's happening based on facts and principles here. And it became more factual that for the first time ever, I had to confess to my father yesterday what exactly happening, and I gave him clues. And if I can let 1 billion people down, but I will not let my dad down or mislead him, that's something very critical to me. So I need your help. We're going to make it happen, or we will disappoint dad. And that's not a good thing. That's a big boo-boo. So it is official. You can pledge to your fiance. You can pledge to your, I don't know, a colleague or coworker or a friend. You can justify it. But if you pledge that you are changing the world to your parents, you can not lie to them. Because my children are listening to me, and I have to be a good model, and they have to see when I say something to my parents, it's a done deal. I hope this will sum up everything. So we are winning, 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 winning. No matter what it takes, do it or die, and we are really warming up. So the World Cup, Burj Khalifa, just small appetizer, indeed. And hope to see you even before Sardinia. Yeah, definitely. There are many more occasions in the way. That sounds like a 5 light year between now and next June in the ONPASSIVE dictionary, because so much could happen at the laser speed that we have. I do appreciate you, and I am happy that this was a great Sunday for all of us. And I look forward to the next one.
Thanks, Ash.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ash, for your coming, and thank you, everyone, panelists and people who are attendees. And we had a really very informative session. And thank you, Dr. Shah, Dr. Bill Williams, for coming to here and enlightening us with your knowledge. And Marty, Digamo, Julie, Pooja, Kaushik, Neeraj, and Red Refam from UK. Yes, definitely we are in Ash, and things are shaping up very well. And positiveness is everywhere. In this world, I can say the negative minds are always in their brains. Nothing is negative here. And we are always positive, and we will keep on doing this mission. And we stood united, everybody, and we will make it happen. Yes, definitely. So thank you, everyone. And
we respect the laws. Yeah, there is SEC, there is FTC, there is DC, there is this, there's that. Okay, there's regulations, there's the market, there's the vloggers, the critic, all of that. But yesterday, the mission of ONPASSIVE got documented. It is official. It's on in the heart and the mind of my parents. I will not let them down. So if you thought all along this was really, really good and it's real, it just got very real.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Shah, everyone. So see you next time. Thank you. Namaskar.
Good night, all.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.